I'm your host, Queen Evelina, and this is QEB on WQEB 97.3. Right now, we're talking to Becky Gotti. Okay, she is the pineapple empress, and we're going to talk about how you got into pineapples. Now, I know when I go to the grocery store, and it's like a challenge for me just picking up pineapples because I don't want to get my hands stuck in the bristles at the top. What made you decide to work with pineapple?
So I like the freshness, dealing with like a fresh fruit versus, I don't know, something that's like artificial. So when you go to the grocery store and you are looking for a pineapple, you check to see if it's brown, you check to see if it's wet, because if it's wet, that means that it is, it has been punctured or something. And so if you don't want to get spiked, you can actually take the head off while you're in the grocery store. Like take the what's it called? Like the stem off.
Yeah.
So it doesn't so it doesn't stick you and then like
But what if I decide not to buy that particular one?
That's the only thing. Don't break it off unless you are planning on purchasing that one. Okay. But that's just, to help you with your hand from getting poked and things of that sort. But what made me decide to go into pineapples? That's actually my favorite fruit, other than mangoes. I seen the idea, and I kind of like ran with it. And so I like the fact that it's fresh, it's healthy, and it's also fun. It helps me get my creative juices going, like just when trying to think of things to put on it. So like candies, like gummy worms, or just things of that sort. So
okay. Now you take the time to carve out the middle part of the. So what is it like gutting the pineapple? Is it just juice everywhere? I would imagine.
Right. So I mean, after a while, you learn what works and what doesn't work. Okay. But there's actually a pineapple core, and you cut the top of the head off of the pineapple. Like you lay it down on the side, you cut the head off, and then you turn it right side up, and then you start coring out. And so what that does is it creates pineapple slices after you pull it out. It creates the slices so that, because you also get served the slices as well. So besides the drink, you also get the inside, which is sliced up, and that.
So there's a machine that you're able to just.
Right. Well, it's not a machine. You got to actually sit there and like core it. So
so it's a tool.
My muscles.
Okay.
Your muscles gets going.
Okay.
And then, but if we don't do it like that, another way you can do it is with a knife. But that it doesn't look too presentable when you do it like with a knife. So yeah, the core makes it very presentable, and it is much easier too, especially since it's metal. Because the pineapple is actually soft on the inside, even though it may seem like hard. It's actually very soft on the inside. So
yeah, I like pineapples. I've been doing my own little smoothie juicing journey with the pineapples after I learned on TikTok about bromelain.
Yeah, TikTok will teach you a lot.
Yeah, that you can boil the skins of the pineapple to get the bromelain. Like, you make the water and then you use that water with what is it? It's pineapple, cucumber, ginger, which I put too much the first time, so I had to kind of
make it a little spicy.
Yeah, it was too spicy. And let me see, it was pineapple, cucumber, ginger.
Turmeric? Did they have turmeric in there?
I think it was just the water, the bromelain for weight loss. So I was like, and it tasted, pretty good. But then I added other stuff to it. So I added strawberries and banana, and I kind of like that mix. I call it my Juneteenth juice because it tastes like freedom. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. The only thing is I didn't put the ginger because I was scared to put the ginger in it. But I said, you know what, the ginger, because apparently it absorbs how much fat your body. I say the ginger with that, all of that, mixed in would be like really good. So I made a juice that just I absolutely want to drink like all the time, and it would really help me with weight loss. So do you provide pineapple education at all? How to grow it, how to take care of it? Or any
we
of
don't
those
really
things?
provide like the education for it, and I think it's also because with me and whoever my assistant is, we're like moving too fast, and so when we have conversations with our customers, they usually ask things like, "Oh, how did you get started?" or "Oh, what flavors you have," and things like that. But nobody has ever asked like educational questions about it. Well, one person asked like, "Well, how do you know how to pick the right pineapple?" But as far as like how it grows and like what temperature it needs to grow in and things of that sort, no one's ever asked that. So, I mean, if somebody asks, yeah, we'll tell them. Well, we're just not.
Yeah, we want to know everything over here. We nosy. and we know that with food insecurity right now, learning these properties from an agricultural perspective is more popular.
Yeah. So, especially when I would go get the pineapples, because I get them in a bulk, and when I would get them from the farmers market, the price has increased. Not like a whole lot, but there is an increase. But that's just due to inflation and things of that sort.
Right. I'd like to throw a pineapple at Joe Biden right now. just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. So, what is your favorite combination with pineapple? What do you like to pair with your pineapple?
So, are you talking about like the flavors, like our flavors that we have?
Yeah.
Okay. So, some flavors that we have are pina colada, strawberry pina colada, strawberry daiquiri, peach bellini, tropical, watermelon margarita.
Ooh,
I feel like
that sounds good.
We have 2 like skinny options, which are like low calorie, low sugar.
Okay.
That's pina colada. That is strawberry key lime. Those are 2 skinny options. Oh, and mucho mango, but that's a regular flavor. So my favorite is pina colada. Because it's like the original, it's like the OG, like you just...
Okay, so that's like the pineapple and coconut.
Right.
Okay, is it alcohol and non-alcoholic or?
So depending on our venue, if we're doing a catered event and the guests want alcohol, or, if we discuss alcohol or non-alcoholic, or how I should say, like infused versus virgin, it just depends on the customer. But when I do like events, depending on the event, like we have a Juneteenth event on tomorrow, and like no alcohol is allowed. So we won't be providing alcohol, of course, just because we abide by rules. So it just depends on the customer and the setting, and if it's allowed and if it's not allowed.
Okay, awesome. Now, what's something that throughout this journey that you learned about pineapples that you didn't know before you got started?
That I learned about pineapples? I learned their shelf life. Like my mom and I, we've been testing like if we can freeze a pineapple, and then what does that shelf life look like after it thaws out? If you refrigerate it, what does that shelf life looks like? So I guess I've learned about the shelf life of pineapple. How to keep its freshness without it turning brown or turning bad. So yeah, I guess just the more educational side of the pineapples and like how it's growing and things of that sort.
Okay. Do you prefer pineapples from one particular region than another, like South America versus Hawaii?
We have not tested that out.
Okay.
We have not tested that out, but I would love to get into the where the different regions to see, if one state may be sweeter or one may can last a little bit longer if it's in a different region. But that's something that we can test out.
Okay. Yeah. See, you didn't know I was a pineapple enthusiast. I want to know everything about pineapples. I was like, the Empress is gonna be here. Right. She deals with the pineapples. I got questions. Right. Okay. Yeah. And I know that they have questions and things like that. Now, obviously, with being a business owner, it's not always pineapples, for lack of a better word. What is a quote that keeps you going?
A quote that keeps me going. That's a good one. I'm thinking of something inspirational.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't want to get biblical on y'all.
Why not? It's you. Pineapples are in the Bible.
So
they're somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know what scripture.
Right, and that's the thing. I don't want to misquote it.
Well, you can give us a synopsis.
Okay, a synopsis.
Paraphrase.
God gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Okay. So, yeah, he won't give you nothing that you can't handle.
Right.
Okay.
So this was a journey. It has its ups and it has its downs. It has this really, really, really high highs, and then it has this really low, low lows.
Okay.
So that would be my quote.
Okay. So now, if they want to get in touch with you, to get one of these flavors, how do they reach you?
Okay, we are on Instagram at Gotti Goods, GOTTIGOODZ. And it's on the back of my shirt, so if I stand up and turn around, you guys can see it. And we're also on Facebook at Pineapple Paradise, with I think 4 E's at the end of Paradise. But follow our Instagram, and then it'll just take you to
Everywhere.
Facebook.
Yeah, everything. Okay.
On our website. So yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we've been talking pineapples here with Becky Gotti. My name is Queen Evelina, and that was QEB on WQEB 97.3. Stay tuned.